Okay, aloha guys, welcome back to another video. I'm moving to Hawaii, moving to Oahu. We're here in Kailua town today. We're gonna show you all around Kailua, mainly Kailua town, which is where we are right now, the shopping area, the walkability of this town, bikeability. We're going to LANIKAI, one of the most famous beaches in the world. We're gonna show you some subdivisions. Stay tuned throughout this whole video because the drone footage that we got of the KEOLU mountains, coming through the H3, the beach, LANIKAI beach, some of the subdivisions. It's probably our nicest video to date. Just a beautiful video. No food on this one, but let's go check out the town. So far our neighborhood tours have been more leeward side or west side of the island. Pro City, To EWA Beach, Kapolei, MILILANI. We know a lot of people want to see the east side. It's arguably the most beautiful side. The mountains are amazing. We're going to hit one neighborhood today, Kailua. We had to take the H3 because this is the most beautiful drive on the island, going over this freeway. The H3 runs from Aiea, Salt Lake area by the stadium, through the mountains to Kaneohe, eventually to the Marine Corps base. It's just probably one of the most beautiful drives, in the world. Tough day at work, showing you guys the east side, the windward side. We're gonna come up on the tunnel soon. When you were kids or when you were adults or today, do you hold your breath when you go through tunnels? This is a pretty long one. I don't know if I can hold my breath the whole way. We're about to come out of the tunnel, and in terms of the beauty, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Check this out. It doesn't matter how long you lived here, if you were born and raised here, if you just moved here like this transition out of this tunnel is amazing. It's a different vibe than Mililani, than To EWA Beach, Pro City, Hawaii. Kailua is its own thing, so we hope to capture that. I'm gonna show you guys right now some of Kailua town. So,
wait, so everything?
So guys, we just had a technical difficulty. We were accidentally on time lapse, so I'm sure we'll use some of that footage, but I'm gonna run through this area real quick. So basically what I did, I tried to do this cool thing where I was shooting the intro. I clipped my GoPro on the camera thing and I took it off and just started talking. And then this auntie, this lady, she stopped and she's like,
I'll give you a smile.
You give me a smile? Thank you. How do you like living in Kailua?
I find the people very rude.
Yeah.
They do not allow you to turn. It can be plugged, but they won't stop to let you make a turn. Again.
She, not me, spoke about the people and said they can be rude. For her, it wasn't, not enough aloha. That's kind of what she was saying. There's actually an Indian food place over there, which is, rare in Hawaii. There's a place here called Bookends Morning Brew. This is a spot I'm gonna get some close-up footage of. LANIKAI juice. You'll see everything here is called LANIKAI this, LANIKAI that. So LANIKAI juice is kind of like a Jamba Juice, but a step up, like a step up from Jamba Juice. A local version with really good stuff. I'm actually walking towards this Bookends place. Forgot that this was here, or I didn't know that it was here. And my wife's always looking for a bookstore. India Cafe. Donna King. And here, let's do morning brew. This is the other side of Kailua town. Fat Boys Burgers, there's Teddy's Bigger Burgers on the other side. Uproll Cafe, Kailua Exchange. Down to Earth Natural Grocer, which is one that we're always talking about. Maui Brewing Company is probably one of Hawaii's coolest brewers, but there's also LANIKAI Brewing Company. So they're a Kailua place, Kailua Brewery, and there's also a place called Inu Island Ales. So I'm a Beer Lab Hawaii guy because I know Paji, the brewer, but the local beer scene, they all collaborate. Yeah, so that's Kailua town. This is Kailua Gardens, HOKULANI in Kailua. This is a little pocket of Kailua where if you're looking to move to Kailua in the sub 800, sub 700 thousands, maybe even sub 600 thousands, depending on what you're looking for, you can get a condo, townhome in this area with great walkability to Kailua town. Yeah, one of my clients actually in this HOKULANI area bought a place last year, right in the middle of COVID, and it's been a really good investment. I went to check him out one day, and he's like, I'll be right there. And his girlfriend is on the bike, and they have the dog, and he has a weighted vest, and they're all wet. And I'm like, what'd you do? He's like, oh, we ran to the beach, and we swam out to the mokes, and swam back, and then jogged back here, and then we had coffee. Typical like postcard Kailua day, YouTube worthy Kailua day. Maybe we'll do that one day. I don't know about me running to the beach and swimming out there, but maybe kayak or something. Maybe we'll do that one day just to show you guys what's possible when you live over here. Windward Harbor, this building in front of us. My clients were looking at that a few months back. It's a cool spot because big high ceilings, good use of space, and then depending on the unit, you could actually have your own roof space. So you walk up these weird stairs and it opens up to your own like barbecue roof spot, kind of like you'd see in probably more like New York or Oakland, San Francisco type of thing. This is probably the biggest building around here. How many stories is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Like 20-story building and here in Kailua Gardens. So I think that one is called Windward Passage. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this spot, this area of Kailua Gardens where if you want to move to Kailua in a more affordable price range and still have good walkability to all the shops, the yoga, the coffee shops, the beer, all of that sort of stuff, basic small town nightlife, then this is a likely place where you're gonna end up. So you notice here the roads are wet. If you live on the windward side, you're going to experience rain. That's a fact of life. There's more rain here. That's why, if you're familiar with the terms windward and leeward, if you live here on the east side, you're gonna experience that. But at the same time, that's why Hawaii has, beautiful rainbows. I mean, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but the KEOLU Mountains with the clouds hovering over it, beautiful. I was really looking forward to making this video. I was really looking forward to this one. We'll do Kaneohe as well. It's hard to beat the east side in terms of, predictable traffic. Here on the east side, there's 4 or 5 ways to get in and out of the east side. They're not building a ton more. There's not mass new construction. So you can predict that it's gonna take you about 20 minutes to get to town. This way of life, the small town feel, the beauty of the ko'olaus, the proximity to these beaches. There's a reason why it's more expensive here too. The 800 square foot townhome here is going to be more expensive than the same thing in EWA or in Mililani for that matter. Kapolei. Oh. What? I'm noticing maybe a little sense of aloha lost in this town. In addition to the Whole Foods, there's Down to Earth. We're always fans of supporting local. Go to Down to Earth when you can. Shout out, I don't really ever want to shout out McDonald's, but notable mention about Hawaii. McDonald's has some things that no other place has. So McDonald's has saimin, which is like a ramen noodle type thing. McDonald's has Portuguese sausage, eggs, and rice. The apple pie. So seasonally, McDonald's might have taro pie or guava pie, things like that. Kailua Elementary on the right, Kailua Public Library. With the walkability and the small town feel of Kailua, what comes with that too is bikeability, right? It's a little easier to bike around and, not own a car, not use your car as often at least here in in Kailua town than some other places as well. 808 Skate, pretty known skate shop if that's your thing. So now we are in the parking area where you'd park to go to Cinnamon's. You can see that there's not much parking, or there might not be any parking. I see people waiting with their blinker on. Yeah, so this parking lot is always packed. Cinnamon's right there, celebrating 35 years. If you're going to Cinnamon's, you can count on waiting a little bit, especially in pandemic times. We're here during the week, so it's not as bad. If you try to go to Cinnamon's on a Sunday morning, good luck. A lot of people like to do a hike, you know, do the pillbox hike and then go to Cinnamon's. There's also a notable mention of a known breakfast spot called Boots and Kimos. Boots and Kimos is another local favorite, and they both have their followings. Now we're heading to LANIKAI Beach. Okay, so we're just entering the LANIKAI area. LANIKAI Beach is over here. People come to Hawaii with this being the #1 thing on the list. This is one of the really sought after areas for people, whether you're visiting or moving to Hawaii and want to rent or buy. Who wouldn't want to live next to this beach? So looking forward here, you see the traffic, you see people getting their sunblock on or whatnot. They may be walking over to LANIKAI Beach, or they may be going to the pillbox hike. So this is one of the more inviting hikes. I mean, you're gonna get a good sweat, but it's a doable hike here in Kailua. You know, it's definitely not like the stairway to heaven, which they're talking about getting rid of, and it's definitely not like Koko Head, which is an intense one. It's definitely a more doable one. But you can see here on a Tuesday in the middle of the day, it's packed. Big tourist attraction and big local attraction as well. Wow, that's about the third no shaka after letting someone in. No thank you. Part of what I love and what I love sharing and enjoying is the aloha in Hawaii, our unique culture. Stuff like that is important to local people. So when you move here, just throw the shaka, you know, people let you in. Thank you, mahalo. If you let someone in, hopefully they return the favor. Here in LANIKAI, I don't know, it's hard to say where the most beautiful homes on the island are, but I mean, look at this. And when you see the proximity to the beach and the hike, I can see why people pay top dollar to live over here, you know. LANIKAI Beach is one of the most famous attractions on the island. Whether you're moving here, you're PCS'ing here in the military, or you're gonna be here a long time or a short time, a lot of people put this on the list as a mandatory thing to do. I mean, it's obvious why. I was just telling a story about my client. I went to say hi to him in between showings. He's like, I'll be right there. They jogged from down the street on A'uloa and HOKULANI, jogged down here, put the bikes to the side. His girlfriend has his bike. They swam out to these islands, hung out, and then swam back and then jogged back to Kailua town. So this is what Kailua offers, right? That's why it's so sought after. Kailua offers a lifestyle where you can walk in to get a beer in the evenings into Kailua town, and you can jog over here and exercise. See a lot of people kayaking over here, a lot of weddings on the beach down here. Another thing is that you're close to Kaneohe Marine Corps Base. So really just about anywhere you're stationed in Hawaii or on Oahu, with the exception of Air Station Barbers Point is gonna be a little further, although you'd be reverse commute. And then Schofield's gonna be a little further, but you're also kind of reverse commute. But if you're stationed at Pearl Harbor Hickam, Fort Shafter, anywhere in town, the Federal Building, Coast Guard Base Honolulu, or at the Sector Honolulu, and especially Kaneohe Marine Corps Base. Kaneohe Marine Corps Base, I don't know, can you kind of see it over there? You can rent boats over there, take it out to the Kaneohe Sandbar. I mean, just the windward side is amazing. Kailua Beach. I just wanted to point out that we found parking, which is a triumph in this parking market. Finding parking here in Kailua Beach, LANIKAI, is about like finding a house for your buyers right now. But luckily, I've been able to get both. So I wanted to get out of the car, show you guys something here. In Hawaii, there's very much a pride in keeping this place beautiful and not putting litter. So check this out. So translated, that's no throw trash. You like throw something, throw cash. That's what the sign says. This is one of the beauties of Hawaii is you can kind of pull over anywhere. Now we're in a special spot today. Kailua Beach Park is beautiful, but even inland, so even not by the beach, there's like beautiful parks with views and trees, and you can just get your food and go eat anywhere. It's kind of like a local thing. You get your plate lunch and take it to the park instead of eating at the restaurant or whatever. So anyway, hopefully I don't have lettuce in my teeth. That's what we're doing now. So we just turned off into an area called Enchanted Lake or Enchanted Lakes. This is an area of Kailua that is sought after, you know, like any other area in Kailua really. But this is another subdivision of Kailua. Enchanted Lake homes vary in size, so it wasn't like a planned community where there were 4 models or 5 models or anything like that. So each home is a little bit unique, and some of them have water frontage. It's just another cool area of Kailua, and look at those mountains. Just the beauties of living in Hawaii, where I mean, you don't even have to live in Kailua to experience beauty, but living in Kailua and Kaneohe and being able to see those Ko'olau mountains, the ridges, it's majestic. It feels like you're on another island. I think when you're from the like central to west side or the north shore, if you're not from the east side and you're in Kailua, Kaneohe, it almost feels like you're on a different island. The way the mountains kind of protect you and pocket you from the rest of the island, it just has a different vibe than living in the, you know, central Oahu suburb areas. I've mentioned it in other videos, but Hawaii homes were built with carports, you know, nice big open breezy carports that were less expensive to put up. On the same note, you might have, you know, garage just like we're looking at here across the street. But what I'm going to do here actually is I'm going to jump out and do my Hawaiian word for this video. In each video we do a Hawaiian word. All right, so how do you say this word? Sorry. So that word is akamai. Akamai means smart. So be akamai and give me a call if you guys are moving here. But check out these mountains. So beautiful. Okay guys, so we just turned onto Hamakua coming away from Enchanted Lake. And Kailua is really a small place, so here on the right, that's that HOKULANI Kailua Gardens area, and we're going back into Kailua town. Really, if you look from the aerial view of Kailua town and Kailua in general, from KEOLU Hills to Kailua town to LANIKAI Beach, which is the most famous part of Kailua, then you can see how small it is. You can see on the outskirts of Kailua town is a little bit of an industrial area. So if you need to get your car fixed or whatnot, there's Times Coffee Shop here. There's a pretty known surf shop for the east side, and that's called Kimo's Surf Hut, which is on the other side of this light with all this traffic. Thank you. Hey, we got a shaka today. At the end over here is Kimo Surf Hut, and that's a place where a lot of people go to get used boards and stuff like that. They actually have a big used board selection. Big City Diner here on our right. There's some barbecue spots here in Kailua town. What is this place called? Easy Q. So barbecue, Easy Q. Now, once again, we have beautiful Ko'olau mountains in front of us. These, I mean, I wouldn't say they're not beautiful, but these aren't as breathtaking as some of the others. But I don't know, they're a 9.5 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. When you live in Hawaii, you'll come to know this intersection here. We have Castle Hospital on our right. Castle is Adventist Health, so Seventh-day Adventist funded or backed hospital. If you go that way, you'll pass KEOLU Hills, where we came from in the video, and head towards Waimanalo. Notable mention, before you get to Waimanalo, there's Bellows Beach Park, which is also an Air Force base. If you're military, there's campgrounds and cabins and a small shop bed and subway. If you're not military, you can still go on Bellows, and right before that, there's a bunch of really nice places to cruise on the beach, and you can actually get parking. You know, it's actually a place where you can park because it's kind of more obscure. But watch out for the jellyfish. So now we're passing Kapa'akori Road. If you want to send your kids to private school on this side, one of the options is Les Jardins. It's a private school. I know a girl who went there, and I think she learned how to speak French. I don't know if it's mandatory. She said she knew how to could converse in French from going to school there. So Hawaii has this culture of private schools versus public schools, and in Hawaii, people identify with their schools, right? So when you meet people, hey, how's it? Oh, what year you grad? That's how old are you? In a more polite way. What year did you graduate? Oh, what year you grad? Okay, where you? Oh, you grad from Mililani. They ask what high school, and if someone grad from Mililani High School, then you assume they lived in Mililani. So you kind of get a feel for how old they are and where they're from, and then people go into, oh, so do you know this person, that person? And so the whole point in that is there's the public school system and the private school system. More common private schools you're going to hear about are Punahou, Iolani, St. Louis and Damien are all boys schools. Sacred Hearts. Oh, it's not? Oh, they changed it, right? Oh, I forgot. I did hear about that. Damien's not all boys, but it used to be all boys. And the sister school of St. Francis. Sacred Hearts was the sister school of St. Louis, which is still the case. Other private schools, there's Midpac, Maryknoll, Hawaii Baptist Academy. On the west side, there's Island Pacific Academy, Hanalani and Mililani. There's Lanakila Baptist. You know, there's different little Catholic schools and stuff, but we're gonna head over to a place called KEOLU Hills, which is, it's a suburb in Kailua. It's a place where you could get a bigger home and live in Kailua, sub 2 million, even in the 900,000s to maybe 1.2 million is probably a common price right now in this market. Whereas if you try to get that same home closer to LANIKAI, now you're starting to push, you know, high ones into 2 million or even go over. We'll show you a couple of examples, do some driving by in that neighborhood. So one of the reasons we're going to KEOLU Hills as well is I help some investor clients buy a place over there. Now they're flipping it and we're going to be selling it. Pro tip, anyone who's watching this video pre or during summer of 2021, know that I have a listing coming up. So if you're looking to be in Kailua in a 4-bedroom, bigger space, we're probably gonna come to the market around 1.6 million. You guys watching these videos and you're looking at Kailua, give me a call. Another notable mention is that Kailua Beach Park's really busy, right? So if you want to get away from the crowds a bit, have the same sort of beauty as LANIKAI, Kailua Beach Park, you can head down to Waimanalo. Another pro tip, whenever you come here and you're gonna swim on the east side from Waimanalo to Kailua, please remember that this is where all the jellyfish are. When I was body surfing one time as a kid, I body surfed and then I came up out of the water and the jellyfish wrapped around my face.
Did you pee on it?
No. Bro, I had my uncle pee on it. No, just kidding. I think we probably did like soda or something, like Coca-Cola, or I don't know, but it was sore. The jellyfish that we have here, we call them Portuguese man of war or box jellyfish. Those are the things you'll hear. We're already entering KEOLU Hills, and I mean, it's only minutes away from LANIKAI. Granted, this isn't, you know, a place where if you just have 30 minutes, you're gonna walk down to LANIKAI, so you don't have that sort of luxury and proximity, but this is a nice, hilly, older, mature suburb in Kailua that you can, you know, if you need bigger square footage at a more reasonable price, this is probably the spot. So this home that we're about to go to, it's G14 classified. So I can't give too much details. I can't give too many details right now. It's going to be beautiful. And if you're interested in Kailua, even if you're not looking to buy this home, if you're like, hey, Derek, you're driving me crazy with those, with that comment about those homes, then, you know, let me know. I'll send you the pictures, I'll send you the listing later, and you can check out what a brand newly renovated home in Kailua looks like. Where do you guys want to see? Are you guys looking forward to seeing more east side? So do you want to see Kaneohe next? Do you want to see Ewa Beach? Our Ewa Beach video has a ton of views. Let us know what neighborhood tours you guys want to see next, because the neighborhood tours are some of our favorite ones to do. I've gotten feedback from you guys that they're some of your favorites to see. So shout out to Cheryl. Shout out to Mateo. So shout out to Jason in Canada. Who else reached out? Shoot, I apologize. There's more of you guys who have reached out. That's just in the last week. People are starting to reach out almost daily. Give me a call if you're moving to Hawaii, looking to buy. You just like the videos, and maybe we can shout you out on one of these videos. All right, guys, that was Kailua Town, LANIKAI Beach, all of Kailua. We hope that we shared the vibe and the different energy and culture that is Kailua, the walkability, the character of the town. One thing, we try to focus on some negatives. Auntie in the beginning focused on some negatives, but there's really, you know, it's just such a beautiful side of the island. Yes, it's more expensive, so barriers to entry are high for home buying. The culture is a little different. Homes can be a little smaller, but Kailua is amazing. It's beautiful, as you've seen throughout this video. Please subscribe, comment, reach out. We've been getting your feedback, so shout outs to Cheryl and Jason and Jake and Jane and Kevin and all, you know, Mateo, all you guys who have hit me up in the recent week. Really appreciate it. We're gonna do a lot of these neighborhood tours. What town do you guys wanna see next? Let us know, we're gonna shoot it. And I'm gonna turn you around. Check out this view. Check out this view. See you guys on the next video.